Okay. I think that was good. I'm sorry. Just I love salt and bennies. Incredible. Oh, how do I look? Like shit. Okay. What's up? Welcome back. This is video 2 in the series of behind the scenes of the dog. Very exciting. How have you been? I've missed you. All right, so now we're gonna start to get into really what this is all about here. Also, I just want to say, if you stick around to the end, I have an apology that I have to make. It has nothing to do with anything except my moral integrity. So if you want to stick around for that, go for it. But it really doesn't matter for this. So basically, this movie is called The Dog. It's the story of a relationship as told through the eyes of a dog. So much so, in fact, that the camera is the eyes of the dog. So basically, it's a POV. You know, there are a lot of movies that have come out that have dogs in them and involved with them. Most recently is Good Boy. Great movie. I actually really enjoy that movie because it's fun to watch a dog hit all of these like human tropes in like a horror setting. So that's really awesome. And I enjoyed that. But a lot of the dog movies that I've watched throughout my life or whatever, they've all kind of had the dog third person. I want to make the dog first person. I haven't seen a movie like that. So I don't think it's been done. Maybe it has been. And if it has, I haven't found it yet. Naturally, this is going to present a lot of challenges. Like I said in the past video or whatever, like it's experimental. Uh-oh. Now, I am kind of trying to tackle these challenges on the fly because it is my first movie I've ever made. That's really the purpose of this. One of the main purposes of this behind the scenes vlog situation. And like I think I said in the last video, it's for me, keep me in check, but then also if anyone's interested in the behind the scenes of making this, that's what this is for. So, and you're watching it, so your fault. Because this movie is kind of experimental in nature and it's my first one and all this stuff, I don't have any budget. Pretty classic. I don't have any money right now to pay anyone, which is unfortunate. And that actually could change in a little bit. I mean, I could do crowdfunding. I was talking to one of my other friends who could potentially produce. Not going to speak too much on that yet, just in case it doesn't really work out for whatever reason. But as of right now, I have no money to give to anybody. My long-term goal is festivals and maybe getting seen by people that would want to work with me on other stuff. And so then it would work out that way. And like having everyone be accredited on the film, would maybe boost everybody up. But it's a big ask, basically, to make a feature film for the first time and not be able to pay anyone. This is not how I want to do it, but this is the nature of the situation. I also feel like it's good because if I plan for making the movie for no budget and I can make it the way I want and I can have everyone be on board with the plan, then anything added on top of that will just make things easier. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to make this movie. Whatever it takes, I'm going to make it. I'm pretty passionate about it, pretty invested in it. It's what I want to do with my life. So that is where I'm at as the writer, director person. So I've been able to aggregate some people. I'm going to be serving as director and DP. Like I said, Kylie as a producer, kind of idea bouncer. I got this guy Harry for the sound guy. My friend Alex will be kind of editing and into VFX and stuff like that. It's like kind of what he likes to do. So have those three, and then like I said, another potential person producing as well. Yeah, things are kind of falling into place as I would like on one end, but right now the biggest hurdle is casting. I was talking to Kylie about this, and she really feels like because of the nature of the film and what the kind of general vibe is, and with the feeling of other POV films that have been made, it's just going to be the most successful if it feels natural. And I totally agree. Like, yeah, I want it to feel real. She was talking about how it should be more improv based for the actors. Now I have a script written. Like I said, it's 52 pages, kind of could make it longer, or 49 pages. So all the beats of the story are there and the character arcs are in there and like who the characters kind of are in there. But I agree with her in how she feels that it should be more improvisational, because that's just going to make everything feel more natural and more real. Luckily, I know a lot of actors. I mean, I'm living in Los Angeles, and everyone and their mom is an actor, which is huge for me. I moved out here with my friends who are all actors, went to acting school together, and all this stuff. So I have kind of like a good group to draw from, but I'm limited by what I need from the movie, which is to feel real, improv, and also limited by not being able to pay people, which is unfortunate. Right now, I'm having to balance all of those and try and find people that are willing to do it. I have somebody that's willing to play the mom character, but I'm torn between two people for playing the dad character. My really close friends, Alex and Brandon. So I wanted to audition them. I have never really done an audition, so I didn't really know what I was gonna do, especially an improv-based audition. Because on one hand, you have improv for comedy, and then on the other hand, you have improv for drama. It's all improvisation, but it's just like I feel like it's different schools of thought, and I have people that I know that focus on comedy improv, and it's like a whole kind of system of thought. It seems like I was kind of struggling with this. I did not know how to audition anybody. I was thinking of different ideas, thinking of a drawing from the script, what scenes they could do, speaking their own words, and I had acting exercises from school and all this stuff. But I just had no idea. I was at a loss. I was racking my brain, stressed out about it. And then finally, after all this thought, I came up with a plan. I don't know if you guys have watched Love Island. I don't like the show. It's a terrible show. But the mom character, my friend Tynesha, she likes Love Island. We would talk about it at work, and she kept that bothering me to watch it and all this stuff. Since I already had her, I was kind of thinking about, okay, well, what's the nature of the relationship between the characters? And the mom and the dad have been together for years, and they get a dog together, and like the POV is of the dog. They adopt. You basically get adopted with them. Also, you really want actors with good chemistry together. Whoever's the most natural in this situation will probably just naturally be better for like what the movie needs. That to me seems like a good barometer of how they're going to be able to do this on camera. So I thought about the best way to see who has the best chemistry with Tynesha. And I came up with the idea of each of them individually going on a first date with Tynesha. No character work, no script work. Okay, this is purely just 30 to 45 minutes of each guy going in and having a one-on-one first date with Tynesha. Now, it helps because they know of Tynesha. I did a podcast with her. You should go check that out. It's amazing. But they don't really know her like I know her. I mean, I don't think they've ever met her in real life. So I thought what would be interesting about this is they get to meet her for the first time. They're going to be dressed all nice, put their best selves first, because that's what you do on a first date. And a first date, you get kind of nervous, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's kind of exciting. And if you think about it, every single couple has gone on a first date. So I thought, well, whoever has the best chemistry on this first date with her is most likely going to be the best choice for the dad in the movie. Do I know this for a fact? No. Do I know anything? No. But am I trying? Yes. It's easy on the actors because they don't have to prepare anything other than just being themselves. And I'm having both the dads prepare just like a talent, something like I don't know, they could do a magic trick or just something to woo her. Because basically they're trying to woo her. Woo. And then she's gonna have both these first dates. It's gonna be filmed, and I'm gonna be kind of maybe in another room just to get each of them comfortable with me just being around, because we're gonna have to film some intimate scenes with the movie. So I don't know how much at this point I'm gonna be in the room. I think I kind of want to leave them to their own devices for a little bit and just have the cameras up somewhere. Jury's kind of still out on this one. I'm still figuring this out, but I have till tomorrow, so That's huge. So they're gonna go on a first date. I prepared a list of questions. In the beginning, they'll just be icebreakers: favorite food, favorite music. What do you talk about on the first date? Where are you from? All this stuff. And then the important questions that I want them to ask at the end are: what was your journey getting to Los Angeles? Just talking about life and maybe some struggles that you went through. Where is your happy place and why? What is your love language? I feel like is a great question for a couple, to answer, to talk about. Something they really want out of life in the next couple years, maybe how they want to do that or why they want that. And lastly, I want them to share with each other a really important memory from when they were younger, specifically about their parents. Something that brings them a lot of emotion. Whatever emotion that is, they can share. This is kind of what I base the whole thing around, honestly, this question, because one, it'll be a vulnerable moment that they're both going to share with each other. And they can be as vulnerable or as not vulnerable as they want to be, but that will also inform how they're going to do in the movie, I feel. But also, two, each of their characters are informed by a specific memory that they have that I wrote as a character treatment. That's the other thing, too, is for improvisational stuff, I was doing some research and it seems like you need character treatments so they can just get a feel of the character without, so they can just lean back on that. Even though they'll be bringing mostly themselves to the role, or a lot of themselves to the role, they also have character work. Duh. So I wrote each of them a short story specifically about a memory. So by sharing an actual real life memory that they have with their parents and being vulnerable about that, it will, I feel like, put them on the same playing field of just like we all have memories that are important to us when we were younger. I was just talking to Brandon, one of the guys that's up for the dad character, about childhood homes. He was telling me, he's like, yeah, his childhood home, he could walk that thing with his eyes closed. And I was like, I feel the same way about my childhood home. I mean, there's something about your childhood and nostalgia and reflecting on that with somebody else. I feel like that is really powerful and can bring people closer together. I think it's a really great moment to have together, especially on like a first date. Just getting to know somebody, it's pretty solid, like, get to know you, I feel like. But I don't know. Who knows? Let's see how it turns out. So that is what I came up with for the casting audition process. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be really fun. And there will be food. I'm going to have a candlelit dinner set up. I think I'm just going to have like a charcuterie board because I don't want them to go longer than 45 minutes. I think it's just asking too much because she's going to have to do it twice. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And there's a bunch of other challenges that I'm going to have to face and overcome for this. But it's nice to handle them in a linear way. Like this is the one right now. Once this is settled, there'll be another one and another and another, of course. But I'm excited to conquer those challenges. It's been interesting and really fun to have to problem solve, and come up with ideas for things that I just don't really know about. I'm pretty hyped on it. Mic's still working. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. The audition is tomorrow. And I'm sure I'll hop back on here and let y'all know how it goes at some point. That'll probably be the next video. So yeah, that's my thought process behind that. Stay tuned for other stuff. Also, okay. Sorry. Hold on. No, it's ACDC. Raka Raka. Okay. Okay. So, bonus. I have to come clean. In the last video, I talked about, Kane Parsons, Curry Barker, them, putting YouTube on the map for making shorts or making movies, and that turned commercial, turned feature, big studios behind them. I forgot really important people. I'm sorry to Raka Raka for not saying anything about you guys because and it was brought to my attention by Harry. Shout out Harry, sound guy, amazing. They were the OGs. I mean, they really were. Talk to Me, which is a movie that they made after being on YouTube, making their own, visual effects and sci-fi, Star Wars, Avengers, Nerf battle, all these videos for over 13 years, like 10 years, 12 years, something like that. They made Talk to Me, which is like one of my favorite horror movies I've seen in the past few years, other than Obsession, of course. Um, Incredible movie, and I'd forgotten that they were the people behind that movie. So basically, I'm a fraud, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you forgive me, and I'd like to move on from this, but I had to acknowledge my flaws and my faults because perfection is impossible, and trying to grow as a person every day. I'm sorry, Raka Raka, for not giving you the kudos that you deserve. You guys walked so that Backrooms and Obsession could break the friggin' marathon record. Anyway, just want to clear the air on that. And sorry. All right.